Is that a gnome? No fucking way there's a tentacle monster named Bob! Oh, Bob, sweetheart, no. Why a fork? You are full of yourself. Put the fingers down. Put it down. Why do you talk so fancy? Most definitely both. Most likely threatening. I think I'm gonna die. What is my life? Yay! Motherfucker, don't call me babe. Hoo, motherfucker. No, thank you. We shall keep the tonsils in my mouth. Oh my god. Yeah, he's my bastard. Oh my god, dude, you're failing miserably. Oh my gosh. Is this a nerd in a demon's body? Pause. Why is the most wholesome character... Stop being relatable. I want cuddles. Did I just accidentally get set up for a couch date? What the fuck? Boy. Hi guys. Jeez, well, because I'm already doing another one. Because I was bored. I made a mistake. I looked at Itch.io. At first, I was like, oh, wow. Okay, yada yada. And then the name of this caught my attention. This is called Don't Eat the Cashier. You can see why I picked it. Basically, let me pull up the synopsis. You've just landed a night shift at a gas station for minimum wage, spooky enough already. But your customers tonight aren't exactly human. Meet talkative monsters, flirt with an eldritch being, pet a werewolf, and try not to end up on the menu. Your choices shape relationships and endings, from romantic to nightmarish. So, there's 9 endings. There's 3 unique monsters and 1 charming manager, as it puts it. So I'm kind of scared what the manager is going to be. So yeah, we're going to get started. Because I'm bored. You know what? We're a woman today. Sure, we'll go with the curves. What's your name? Mac. Your name is Mac. Yes, it is. Thank you, game. Sometimes I really wonder, how did I end up here? Not that I dreamed of a career as a neurosurgeon or an astronaut, but for crying out loud, working at a gas station? On the other hand, money is money. Sent out resumes to every conceivable and inconceivable place, applying for every position where I could somehow use my degree in art. 0 responses. Fuck. I had to swallow my pride and find at least something. Oof. Please no. I'm about to graduate from college. I need to start looking at jobs. Please no. Found this note stuck to the glass of the bus stop. Human organism wanted for work at gas station. Organism's duties include selling food for mouth silence and obedience household tasks, obeying those who are more ancient, friendly team offers, new and old faces of friends, long and different life, consumption of nourishment, juicy juices, trips to human place. What the fuck is this? Food for mouth. Seriously? The guy's got a style of his own. Apparently the manager's an eccentric dude. Or is this their marketing... Or is this their new marketing tactic to grab attention? I can English. Wait. I'm not wearing my glasses. Fuck. I gotta go grab my glasses. 1 second. I gotta go find them, actually. I found my glasses. Probably not gonna freaking help, but whatever. People often tell me that I have my quirks too, and that's even if they haven't seen my what? My what? I have a what? Wait. What kind of fursuit? Man! I was hoping you'd give me an option to make it this... Okay. Well, whatever. As long as he's not a complete jerk, he'll hit on me or make me scrub the floors with a toothbrush. Oh my god. Holy eyes. Is that a gnome? I didn't scream. I couldn't move. My brain feverishly tried to find any category for this in its database. Hallucination? Psychosis? Too many energy drinks? Typical middle manager? The monster from my nightmare stirred. Its tentacles crept closer to the counter. My god. The creature made a sound. Not from a mouth. It had none. The shout emanated from deep within its bulk, hollow, profound bone shaking. Cheese and crackers. Greetings, organism! I am Bob, the indescribable and terrifying consumer of worlds, but you, grain of sand, may call me Manager Bob. Oh my god, his name is Bob! Oh my gosh. No, this isn't real. I'm dreaming. I need to wake up. No fucking way there's a tentacle monster named Bob! You will sell food for mouths and obey me, for I am ancient. With the name Bob? Bob? Memorize the rules of this establishment, for my patience is as limited as the salary I offer you. Oh, fuck. No, wait, Bob, I'm sorry. Ah! Rule number 1. You sell, no matter what. Chicken food to the mouth, gremlin food. Gremlin fuel? Gremlin fuel! Noodles made from cursed souls. Lottery tickets for extra limb raffles, discount rot, ritual foil. Everything must be sold. He points directly with that creepy, slimy tentacle. I can't take him seriously with the name Bob! Every miserable unit of currency brings me closer to my triumphant exit from this pitful hole. I pinched myself but didn't wake up. Rule number 2. Be polite to customers. Ignore bald spots and werewolf fur, and watch out for drafts when ectoplasmic energetic entities are in the store. What? But don't let them get too bold. Customers are just walking containers for currency, and they should only pay in monetary units. Payment in existential dread or hair of the dead is not accepted. Hamsa? Hamdapa? Many of them come here just to chat because they are idle and purposeless organisms. Your task is to make them part with their currency anyway. It's also your duty to heal organisms if they are injured using special kits. If they die, they can't give away currency. I'm sorry. I'm a fucking doctor now? Excuse me, dear sir. You seem to be mentioned werewolves and ectoplasm? My voice is as polite as possible. I managed to compress my primal screaming panic into a tight ball and shove it deep down. Werewolves? Not to mention that you yourself are giant meatball tentacles, damn you. I shall answer your question, curious polite organism. Yes! We're getting on Bob's good side. Werewolves and ectoplasmic entities are just a few examples of the many insignificant life forms that frequent this establishment. Damn, he's got a complex. What unites them is what they are all slaves to consumption, just like your kind. Oh, jeez. As for my nature, I am your immediate supervisor and the guarantor of your future financial prosperity. I am at a gas station for monsters. I got a job with Cthulhu for minimum wage. This is all you need to know. That really is all I... Okay, we're gonna save again. That really is all I need to know. I fear any more knowledge would drive me insane. For the first time, something resembling approval flickered across Bob's many-eyed face. Ah! A rare and unexpected display of the grains of wisdom that have not yet left the human species. Yay! We got a heart. Can we just be... We got a heart from Bob. Embrace your ignorance, let it become your shield, and a direct path to the status of human employee of the month. Am I your only human employee? And what does the human employee of the month get? A cash bonus of 25 cents! I understand that you, human, are already extremely excited about this, but that's not all. Oh joy, there's more! You'll also have access to the elite manager's restroom for one full work cycle. Oh, Bob, sweetheart, no. During its use, there's only a 7% chance that you will be transported to a dimension of endless pain, suffering, and unimaginable torture. Huh? Truly generous. Ah! He suddenly places a jar in front of me on the counter. Last rule. Remember, organism. This tip container must be filled with money by the end of your wake cycle. Bottom of the jar is visible. Ah! You will clean the sanitary rooms of this object in the dimension of absolute horrors and suffering for 2,510 years? Why a fork? I couldn't take my eyes off the fork. The potential tool of my eternal servitude. At this moment, my mind fully big word. These are big words for Elmo. Yes, I was hired by a multi-eyed cosmic architect squid. Yes, my clients will be non-humans. Yes, I'm being threatened with a fork and eternal toilet cleaning. How could anyone clean anything with a fork? The same will happen if you even think of escaping before the end of your work contract. My ocular sensorium perceives the subtlest of matters. It will detect you in any corner of this pitiful planetary sphere. Why do you talk in big words? Crap, I'm stuck here. I'm in a trap, and I gotta fucking deal with bullshit. Do you understand, organism? Yes, sir? Acceptable. Yay! Goodbye, organism. Good luck in your currency acquisition and button pressing. Could you show me how exactly do... It's been the machine. The drama of the pianist playing like down, faces down, click. Wait, instantly. You got it! Your capacity. This concludes the briefing. Remain as polite an organism as you are. He didn't turn around as human would. His tentacles simply shifted his entire mass in other directions, softening across the... Finally, he left me alone. Silence at the gas station was broken only by the hum of refrigerators containing juicy juices and the buzzing of the neon lamp above my head. I was in the same spot, as if rooted to the ground. My breath returning to me in sharp, uneven gasps. My hands were shaking. The tip jar, which I needed to fill to avoid ending up in a dimension of ancient horrors, still stood proudly on the counter. Okay, so... what just happened? Option 1. I've gone insane. That's the most logical conclusion. Prolonged stress from job hunting, malnutrition, nerves, anxiety, a disrupted sleep schedule. My brain just malfunctioned. Yes, that's it. I'm gonna wake up on my couch, my dingy rented apartment. I pinched myself again. And nothing. I scanned the room once more. It smelled of gasoline old coffee. It was still absurdly real. And that meant everything he said. It was all true. Werewolves, vampires, tips, the fork! A terrible mix of laughter and a scream of terror welled up in my throat, but I held it back. I needed to get through this. I needed to... It got quiet. Oh no. Don't tell me that's the first customer. Oh no. Bells? What the hell? Jesus! Shit! Where the hell did this clown come from? It took great effort not to look away from those red eyes burning in the pitch black dark. Is he amused? Is he wondering if I'm tasty? Bob didn't exactly give any guarantees that I wouldn't get devoured at work. My brain, still recovering from the encounter with Bob, was frantically trying to figure out how to break this ringing silence. I can't bear sound creepy piano, sir. Strange that I work, I guess. Good evening, sir. Would you like... Please, don't eat me. I'm just a miserable, tasteless cashier. Eat you? Oh, no, my dear slice of mortal anxiety. What a dreadful suggestion. I would never be so rude. I'm merely a traveler here, not a predator. You are completely safe from the threat of being eaten. But from everything else, well, that's a whole other story. I am alive! How? I don't fucking know. Alright. Okay. Wonderful. Then let me, well, what would you like to purchase? Ah, yes, that's why I'm here. Another corner of the universe. Amazingly, people live here too. And they trade as well. Yeah, well, there's nothing to be surprised of if you think of it. I expected something more interesting, at least a world of lizards and ancient descendants from Hyperborea battling them. Huh? Oh my god, another crazy person with a strange way of speaking! Seems he's in the mood for a chat. So what is a beautiful, charming lady like you doing in such a dreadful, dirty island of misfortune? Or rather, what is a place like this doing with such a charming lady as you? Damn, okay, flirt! Excuse me? Thank you, introductions! Oh wait, where are my manners? I suppose I must introduce myself. I have many names, most of which are not fit to be spoken in the company of a lovely lady. Jesus Christ! Nice to have ever heard is the Mad King. You are full of yourself. A title I plan to pass from me to myself for the coming centuries. Huh? Now may I have your Okay, but I'm gonna offer him my hand. Okay! Suddenly bows to him for his lips. Me and you is truly Jesus! His lips are cold, yet a ghostly warmth spreads across my skin. So here I am, dealing with a real gentleman. How lovely! Or king, as he calls himself. Bears locked in their soft chambers. This one has probably found a way to escape. May I know your name? I only realize he's asking me a question. Still a daze from that gentlemanly kid. Well, you know what? Fair. It catches you. Oh, wait. What the fuck? I'm gonna keep being polite. He prepares to like it when I'm polite. My name is Mac, sir. My dear Mac. You're so polite. Seems to save my name. It sent shivers down my spine. Oh, boy. That politeness again. As drawing by inspirations like image. Use that correct people weave ropes of sand just for fun, mostly mine. Polite people never risk anything. No friends, no enemies. How is that interesting? Imagine how wonderful it would be if we became enemies. Those would be the most interesting few seconds of your life. Or friends, then it'd be a delightful eternity. Is this a friendship custom? Am I becoming friends with this guy? What am I doing? I don't know. I'm winging it. How charming. How fortunate that I have a pinky. His hand, the creature, and I seal our friendship pact with our pinkies. He seemed pleased. Doesn't plan to turn me into a toad or something like that. Oh, thank God. I feel like my brain is turning into jelly. Okay. What is this brain process? What? Maybe I've just been swayed by those mangas about sinister and tracking monsters. I try to think about this kind so far as this tragic unwillingness to buy my discount rot. So let's finally get to the purpose of my visit. Finally! Blatantly unknown to me. Oh, for crying out loud. There's nothing interesting in the story of this pathetic shack except you, so I'm buying your time. Oh! Let's have dinner. I'm sure you must be hungry. Whoa! Excuse me. How long have I known you? 2 minutes? Oh, no. No, we're pleasant. Whoa! Wait! No! Put the fingers down. Put it down. No. Excuse me. Duh! I'm shivering from a gust of icy wind. He just teleported half of my gas station to a radioactive dump. We're radioactive dump to my gas station. And the jar is gone! My fucking jar! Okay. My sassiness is coming out, but I'm very scared. We'll go with this. Look at my apartment. Smells less. My dear, I suspect your life hasn't been easy. But is it really that bad? Don't worry, I won't abandon the lady in distress. Just say the word and I'll relocate you to one of those incredible cozy dwellings. Oh! I can go along without familiar landscapes. Already ruins lands makes me milk because all the fun is out without me. Disgusting. Again! Make up your... I'm like... Oh, what the fuck? This is something seemingly less radioactive. Amazingly, I haven't thrown up yet. Feels like I've been flushed twice through an interdimensional toilet. I clear my throat. Seems like I'm sitting at a table. Oh, hello. Much better, wouldn't you agree? What is happening? Couldn't be better. It is beautiful and strange. Is this your home? Words of true poet. I swear to God, I'm not trying to get him to like me. I'm actually just responding how I'd probably respond. This place is much more than a home. It's my cage and my greatest canvas for creativity. Your cage? Every ugly tree, every mad toad, every eye-bearing mushroom. It's all a piece of me. A marvelous place except when the rocks grow legs and start running. Do you have fangs? Including those that people make their homes out of. Now you're part of this place too, isn't it? Hey, I didn't consent to being part of your strange world. I'm slowly getting used to the landscape. The fireflies are quite charming. But I better be better without that frog with a human... Oh my God, it's a frog with a human face! I didn't even see the frog! Frog notices me too. It's outside, croaked, and looks at me with an expression of deep, existential despair. You're not gonna turn me into a frog, are you? I am very curious about the frog. Who is that? That's Lori, one of the brave souls who dared to challenge my authority. My dear friend who once walked the path of adventure. However, he didn't foresee the possibility of being turned into a frog on a whim. He even tried to wield a sword with his tiny froggy legs, fought to the end, a true warrior. Now, however, his foes are mosquitoes and bigger frogs. Tell me, dear, does he bother you? His little existential froggy crisis, I mean. Is it ruining the ambiance? And he looks at me with an interested expression. No. I don't mind, Lori. You don't mind? Excellent. I think he really sets the tone for the... Oh, thank God. Living monument to the consequences of poor life choices. To hit that land grants you stay of execution. I may continue your pitiful mosquito infested existence. I mean, should I be accepting from you? I feel like these are Fae rules and I shouldn't be eating food. I guess I'm eating food. This looks strange, but it smells delicious. Meat with honey? Next to the meat, a purple soup. Probably made from a less fortunate cashier. Whether the food is poisoned or not, if I refuse, His Highness might turn me into a frog too. So I pick up a fork from the table And this is the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. It's 100 times better than those cheap instant noodles I usually buy in the supermarket. Even the fact that I'm currently in some other universe surprisingly doesn't seem to harm my appetite. Girl. Faye, oh my gosh, at least you acknowledged the Faye rules. Seems you enjoy our cuisine. Cuisine, where's the R? My chefs have always managed to cook well on those occasions when I notice it. I assure you, you won't regret this dinner. At least not for the first half hour after the... Do I butter him up or do I ask questions? Okay, well he liked that. Why? What a delightful, pointless question. I don't know if there's a way to see how much you've made someone like you. Why? What a delightful, pointless question, even by my standards. I do it because I can. I do it because the alternative is crushing, gray, predictable boredom. Boredom. I brought you here, Mac, because the first time in a very, very long time, you are not boring. You fear me less than my subjects do, and you can hold a meaningful, albeit questionable, conversation, unlike my subjects. Believe me, when your interlocutor's mind is as sturdy as wet paper, all the joy of conversation quickly evaporates. So he likes when I talk, so maybe because you keep turning them into animals? That's exactly what me, my dear. What an amazing insightful observation. You are a thorn in my simple... Punishment for the most audacious ones. A ruler, both god and monster, but no one ever wants to see the other side. Oh, that's truly a pity. What if it's as good as the first side? Terrifying. It's time to find out. I poke at the food with my fork and watch peculiar scenery from the corner of my eye. Silence hangs between us that might even be called cozy. Were I under narcotics? Why not? I'm curious. What's your favorite animal? Glad you asked. It's right here on your plate. Just kidding, but I do need some time to think. See, the riding flea has its own charms, very disgusting ones. Numerous butterflies are beautiful, but they're dumb and noisy, as we know. Somebody says it makes noise, or what's in my head, it's always ringing. I think it's a dog. That is the most normal answer you could have given me. I was not... It loves its owner with all its heart, whether they're a saint or a serial killer, and doesn't notice the difference. It lives in constant, joyful state of blissful ignorance and misplaced enthusiasm. A creature that finds endless joy in the utter meaningless. It's truly inspiring. Dogs are the jesters of the animal world, and I adore them for it. Why do you talk so fancy? Especially the small, wrinkly ones. And what about you? I could do polar opposite of him. Or I could be sneaky. I'm gonna be sneaky. I'll keep it a secret. A secret from me, how wonderfully teasing. A little locked box in your mind and won't give me the key. Well, keep it, I won't peek. I'll make the guessing game more interesting. Generally, just like to another part, I hear His Highness's voice. By the way, how does the meat taste? Is human flesh tender enough? My fork freezes halfway. Oh, I actually felt a little sick there. I have a cheeseburger still by me. Oh. Yes, thank you. Quite tender. And while most ladies with fainter have fate, you mind your manners. Charming. Don't worry about little polite marble statue. It's just... Oh, thank God. If I can tell by taste, not very intelligent. It's definitely not Timmy, our carpenter, who unexpectedly disappeared. Not. I personally issued several decrees related to cannibalism. Perhaps even considering it's prohibited. But that's besides the point. Oh, where'd the food go? I rarely have visitors. I like to tell you about other interesting guests. After all, it's the most fascinating thing I can share with you. For a place where mushrooms with eyes grow, it'd be incredibly dull here. Shadows in the clearing thicken and stir. They detach from the gnarled trees, rising up from the ground like black ink and spread across the wall. Dancing and entwining, they prepare to form at their master's whim. Behold this incredibly crooked castle, my dear, crooked to the point of absurdity, sadly. In reality, its curves look far more aesthetic, but give creators some leeway for expressiveness. Many brave and not so bright souls have tried to conquer this terrifying, dark, eerie, crooked castle. So many that it became even more crooked. See, the dreadful monster living there never liked being distracted from its important duties. Terribly important duties, like having long, deep conversations with its own reflection, or concocting recipes with raisins. Listen silently. The monster was a tyrant, a menace. He sowed chaos and disorder, mostly on purpose. He had countless opportunities for creativity and wasn't afraid to use them. He made some people believe they were pigeons, and others that they were grains. He wouldn't allow his best servants to have windows, fearing that the moon and both suns would get envious ones to take them away. And he demanded they seal the gaps in the door as well. He locked wizards who came to him for magical gifts in a giant laboratory, and promised them power if they invented a kettle that could boil everything except water. Did they eventually invent the kettle? Invent it? Oh, they did much more. After 11 years of failed prototypes, a few explosions and chemicals running around on their own legs, they succeeded. Kettle could boil even bright memories, but not water. Water would instantly freeze, explode, and file for divorce. What the fuck? They rewarded them with a new invention idea. A cup with a sealed top and without a bottom. Neither that, but I digress. Ray of light in the Dark Kingdom, the first hero, Sir Lorai, the righteous in all his clinging silver and glory. He could need a rest belief because the way of his righteousness was bad for the health of his poor pack. Following rumors spread by the same monster, he fought his way through the monster's loyal subjects. By the way, where do you even find them? Most subjects are too busy contemplating the color of suspenders or laminating their fate. I cherish them in their imperfection. It doesn't matter, they're probably the most restless of them. Every story needs minions. In case our hero descended to the Grotto of Despair, the Grotto of Tentacles. Imagine the most sinister name you can conjure. The Grotto of my parents' disappointment in me. Oh, but if they could see you now, you are a royal audience. They would perhaps they got to know me better, but in that case, it's good too. You won't be alone to the weight of their disappointment. You're descended. Reign of incredible power, a bit shoddily crafted, but I assure you it looks more aesthetic in real life. Brave Knight didn't know that the incredible power of the ring lay in its 440-pound weight. Jesus Christ! That was its only magical property. About this ring was its incredible stupidity and uselessness. The realization that he spent weeks of his life on the divinely heavy paperweight, still in crushing thought that he should have become a baker instead of a hero, just to get some sleep. Well, it broke his poor noble mind. Not that his mind was ever intended for serious burdens. Not meaningfully waiting for him to continue. So, the knight perished. Then along came Elmer Eagle Eye. They say he earned his nickname by escaping. Where is this story going? Sure of legendary skill who tried to kill me with a precise shot constantly, during breakfast, while bathing, at balls during sleep, and even while I was devising a plan to get rid of him. The audacity. I hate just killing them. Turn them into madmen is much more fun. And spelled a little curse upon the elf as well. I made it so that every time he drew his bowstring, he'd hear the most annoying melody to his ears. Elmer was a terrible racist. He hated dwarves, so naturally the melody became the national anthem of the dwarves, playing in a loop by a bagpipe orchestra. The pure rage provoked derailed his every time. Oh my god! Eventually he stormed the castle, dropped his bow, and begged for a job in my court in exchange for changing the song to anything else. He was desperate, now he's a villain. Everything aligned incredibly well. Now he's my royal huntsman. The dwarf march was replaced by a lively elven sea shanty, and no one dare accuse me of being callous and heartless. Now he has a salary, good food, clothing, entertainment, and a full guarantee of non-dismemberment. A happy end? Mac, where were you before? Horse odes in comparison to lungs. These are fine to thing. Fine to think of myself. Sweet for the future. You're welcome! I gave him an idea. Ah, jeez. I tried to be sarcastic. Finally, the witch in a classic giant hat. The approach seduction seemed to charm me to gain my trust. The fact that I never trusted big hats or people, especially when both come hand in hand. Those who wear suspenders and a belt at the same time. The person who doesn't trust either. I don't trust myself, especially on Thursdays. But back to hats. I hate big hats too. Those hats are so pretentious, and that's on a good day. Human here. Yay! Lovely! Attention stringly with all her concealed weapons. She needs so many hidden blades. She must have been very bad at witchery. Okay, she now resides in my dungeon. And you see, I haven't decided what to do with her yet. Okay! Creepy stairs! Creepy stairs! Her fate is a blank slate. A story yet to be written. So, I offer you the pen? I simply adore random choices. Give me yours, Mac. What punishment befits her? Does he really want me to decide what to do with a real person? Can I even save her? It doesn't matter what I choose. Everything here follows his whims anyway. But as long as I play the circus monkey, I have a chance to get out of here alive. Maybe I should just entertain him? Damn, what should I do? I think the craziest thing would be to spare her. No one would expect that. Quiet chuckle escapes his lips. Using mercy as a weapon of chaos, are we? I keep getting hearts! How am I getting hearts? To forgive her not out of kindness, but because it's the most illogical, unpredictable, and therefore maddening thing. She'll spend her life waiting for me to change my mind. Waiting for me to jump out from behind a tree and send her back to the dungeon. Wonderful, such a... Oh my god, I freed her! Oh my god! So be it. Well, at least she'll be alive. Oh my god, she's alive. Something's missing from this tale. You never told me about the monster itself. Anyway. I do. If monsters are the muck, then I'm the pig, you see. Alright, I must admit, this was my first performance like this. Just toss my mind up and see how it lands. You see, the monster was originally much more modest and less majestic. But we have to start somewhere, right? Why didn't I just end this? I probably could have ended this. Then, my head suddenly became a bit crowded. First whispers, then arguments, and full-fledged discussions that had to be participated in. It involved inanimate objects, guests in ajar doors, closets, even cookie jars. Every container a potential foe, now surrounded by containers. To be fair, sometimes they told funny stories. But why was I afflicted with this curse? Pondering it drives me mad. Even more so. Seems the question is meant for me. Did you touch a cursed artifact? Maybe some ring of yours? Fuse cause effect. It's I who drive things mad, not the other way around. Pouring survey. Like screaming, just ready to try to take. Okay. It's all about rotten blood. Too pure, I beg your pardon. My great-grandfather issued a decree forbidding death from old age, and a distant aunt believed a colony of sentient mold was living in her walls, claiming her inheritance. But I always thought that I would be spared this fate. I had to be temporarily isolated to avoid embarrassing guests at royal balls, with the young prince pointing at notable lords and saying, the gnomes finally got out from under my bed. What a misfortune for the entire family, except for those in line for the throne before me. My death would have solved many problems for my family, and indeed, many of my own problems too. I made a decision. We made it, to be precise. There was already a whole council of us by then. However, chaos had other plans. A god, a goddess, a cosmic clerical error. I don't know. Something ancient, terribly bored, found itself a new source of entertainment. It offered me a throne. My own corner of reality to rule, where the fragments of my mind would become the laws of the land. No more restrictions or pants for my subjects if I wished. My subjects, at first they disagreed. Then they came to terms, or their minds changed to fit the new realities. And here I am. A dramatic silence ensues. Perhaps I'm the first being to hear this story in the centuries of existence. I must choose my next words carefully. Knowing me, I really sympathize with you and all your... Nope, we're not doing that. We're going with this one. See, my dear, royally delicate crystalline sculpture. Now it's cracked in its foundation. Following a strange impulse, I reach out his hand resting on the table. His gaze slowly follows my movement, lowering to our hands. This time, no commentary. Instead, his thumbs begins to trace patterns on the back of my hand. With surprise. Oh! Shit! What have I done? Shadow finally devolves into nothingness. I just saved someone from a terrible fate at the hands of a madman. I feel a certain pride. A pleasant addition to the horror I felt for the past hour. I'm afraid royalties await me. Our time is up. I shall send you back, Mac. I rise from the chair. Ah! Suddenly I feel him press against my back. One of his hands grips just above the crook of my elbow, while the other gently rests under my chin, tilting my head back until my ears just a couple centimeters. Okay, but don't think for a second that this is goodbye. It was merely an overture. His voice, usually so mocking and calm, now sounds eerily sinister. A cold thumb lightly stroking the line of my jaw. I try to suppress a shiver. You were a very interesting, incredibly curious guest. Possibly the most curious one I've had in centuries. And I found that I don't want our acquaintance to end here. It's terribly unfair that you've learned a couple of my secrets and revealed so few of yours, isn't it? I can't tell whether he's flirting or threatening. Both, perhaps? Most definitely both. Most likely threatening. I think I'm gonna die. A bird trapped in a cage of bills, failures, and endless anxiety. How high could you fly once the cage is opened? Your shift will end, the sun will rise, and you'll want to head home. Perhaps on something more elegant than a bus. Maybe in a carriage of polished bones. We will meet again, Mac. Very, very soon. And next time, I won't let you go so quickly. I'm scared. I am very scared. Me no likey. Me no likey. I squeeze my eyes shut. The light is blinding with my eyes closed. So unusual after all this darkness. The jar is full of money. It was all worth it. That! Bob! Greetings, organism. How is your work progressing? I see the first transaction was successful. Acceptable. That still doesn't save you from the threat of clean sanitary facilities, but it's a wonderful starting point for your entire tiny life. Even more than successful, the kind tried to fill the entire station with money, probably due to extreme affection for you, organism. Wait, huh? Unfortunately, the terms of the Intergalactic Treaty do not allow such actions, typically in the amount set by the Council by absolutely that were disintegrated to my great regret. To my regret as well. I could have been done. So a mad god from another world likes me. Some sets that's probably worse than not being liked at all. Work is going well, sir. So then maintain the level of productivity. You may reward an additional 5-minute feeding break for you if you can find food. Rejoice in my generosity. Continue working. I'm experiencing a positive emotional reaction. I'm proud of you. I'll be even prouder if you acquire even more currency. Hi, Mr. Manager. My mind departs from you and the organic form follows. Oh, thank God. As soon as Bob's with wet slaps fade away, deep silence attends on the station. One moment, I'm in a surreal forest dining on purple goo with a mad god. A god who liked me so much that he offered me a ride back to his world in a carriage made of bones. What is my life? The next moment, I'm being praised by a multi-eyed tentacle monster. This is just my life now. I'm just here. Maybe these are all just my deathbed hallucinations. Probably. Yay. God, give me back my bills, my noodles, my arguments with strangers on the internet, my beautiful, monotonous play of life. I was foolish not to appreciate it. In the midst of my contemplation, terrifying sounds emanated from my boss's office. Unfair bills. Unacceptably large numbers! Of course, what else could upset him so much if not that? Steps? Another visitor. This one decided to come in through the door for a change. Yay! He seems unwell. I hope he doesn't knock over my shelves of shampoo with jojoba oil and delicate lilies in his way. Oh, jeez. He's not just unwell, he looks like hell. Literally. All the skin on the left side of his face is torn off and his jaw to his temple. Bro, what the fuck happened to you? I swallow nervously. What kind of fucking meat grinder has this guy been through? Looks like someone would rip me apart if he doesn't like what he hears. Be careful if I don't want to become the next victim. I am calm, I am relaxed, I am a happy tree. Well, it's hard to imagine how the other fighter looks. He lets out a gurgling, raspy laugh. You don't want to know what the other fighter looks like. I gotta laugh, we're good. Honestly, I really don't want to know. My inner archive labeled, I don't want to know this, says risk of bursting from overflow tonight. Words clearly come to him with great difficulty, which is probably not surprising for a man without half a face. He clears his throat, but that doesn't help much. I need blood. Excusa, huh? Excusa, huh? Tried to smile. It'd be charming if he still had all the necessary muscles for that. Now it will haunt me in my nightmares. Among other things. The client pauses again briefly to clear his throat. Let me see what we have. Yeah, good choice, babe. Steps. Motherfucker, don't call me babe. I am not your babe. I will fuck you up. I am not your damn babe. Just in case. Okay. Suddenly forward burns me with his remaining eye. Go and find me some goddamn blood. Yeah, go find the damn blood! Strange pressure builds in my head, the edge of my vision blur. Then command blossoms in the center of my mind. I don't know why, but I feel this incredibly starved urge to find blood. Right now. My client is covered in blood, but still hungry. Maybe he fought with something inedible? Or is it his own? I find myself in the storeroom, a tangled ladder of shelves reaching up the ceiling stuffed with boxes, crates, and mysterious cans. In the corner, something rustled and snored suspiciously. So where could the blood be? Fast, he's not going to wait forever. Right now, I'm at the very beginning of this crazy place. We're gonna go to this one. Next to issues of conspiratorial and natural light from doves. Whole family. Flora found a god in love with a vampire. I tell you. Can you search in silence? I hear knocking. It's driving tapping knuckles on limited countertop. It's not full irritation. Right now, I'm at the very beginning of this great place. Bob, where's the blood? Your blood vessels, organism. Lean blood for sale to check the mouth food section. Don't stir me. I'm busy to business. Okay. Food for mouth. If you're from here, food for mouth. There. Liquid regret broth. Perhaps father's new person and come with his names. But then they find it closer than liquid him. It smells weird than it looks. I go back. Something else seems better than I. Great. Now he's fidgeting. He can't sit still anymore. No! Food afraid of heat. Food chamber. Oh my god! Take blood of human organ can taste some of his dreams. Homeless, high content, cheap alcohol. Okay. Sorry, Michael. Michael, whoever you are, you were on top. Champion's blood flowed through you. You were probably something like an energy drink for the undead. Godspeed, Michael. You're saving my ass. You hear a jar. There's something to ponder. That is the approach. You could have hurried up. Grandpa's best tone reveals that he feels relief. Search could have taken even longer. Now hand over that damn blood. Client finishes the jar and then grimaces. Ugh, for crying out loud. What the hell is this crap? Michael. Oh, you were a lucky guy, Michael. Too bad I can't kill him a second time. Tastes like a happy family. Career, retirement account. This jerk probably never had cockroaches. At least he's now liquid Michael in a jar? Chuckles quietly. Yeah, there's something to that. Oh, thank God he didn't kill me. I make snarky comments. Please don't kill me. Cool that you found human blood. Good job. You're sharp. Feel free to ask. Cricket smiled with his newly restored rogue-like face. Going to wash off my dirty face. Don't get bored. He's not here. I've prepped to wipe away the blood stains. I'm just scrubbing a pool of blood. My first day at work. An interesting story for Reddit. A wonderful tale. I'm doing just fine. Nobody is eating me. Reddit would love the shit out of this. What the fuck? Did he just regenerate half his face? I just read the dialogue. Although his expression still resembles that of a constipated owl. Hoo-hoo, motherfucker. I'll just stand here for a while, okay? Take a little break. Besides, there's nobody here with you right now. Just so you know, if you try to contact the werewolves, I'll take your head and crush it like a walnut. Okay, so he's either a vampire or a zombie. I feel like it might be vampire, especially because it was specifically blood. Human blood. I guessed it right! I'm a genius! His name is David? I'm David, by the way. A vampire, you may have already guessed. What an incredibly interesting way to start an acquaintance. Especially that part about the walnut. Nice to meet you. Mac. Okay, Mac. I knew a Mac once. She used to trade kidneys in Venice Beach. She was a good girl until she got packed up. He's trying to provoke me. Deliberately sharing the dirty details of his life to see how uncomfortable I can get. I suppose I'm also selling some kidneys now. Yes, exactly. 10 categories. Gremlin kidneys. Is that a delicacy? Why does it say both delicacy and fuel and animal venom? Because it's a universal product. Want some? I do. Wait, really? Looks like I found my best customer. Hell yeah! Very easy regenerating. Wonderful. Let's not accidentally blare out something wrong. You be friendly. Thanks for not eating me, David. David lets out a quiet chuckle. Clyde clearly expects people to be afraid of him. Might have looked lost when he first arrived here, but now, seeing my fear, he obviously feels right at home. It's not over yet. Okay. Although, you're too I'm sure you love to eat all that cheap crap like instant noodles. People like that. Their blood's not that tasty. Only if there's nothing more interesting in that blood. So, does alcohol affect vampires too? And other things? What kind of... Oh! Okay. Brain, now's not the time to be... Okay. Would you like some mouthwash? Okay. I hate werewolves. Okay. No, it affects us, but you need a middleman. You find some junkie alcoholic and pump them up. Then you get plastered and turn the happiest vampire in the world. Slightly grimaces and he moves his hand. Damn mutts. Probably not all the wounds have completely healed completely. Does being a vampire doctor fall under my duties? I think Bob said it was mandatory. Here, let me help. He looks at me skeptically. The after help is probably so far and unexpected that he leaves him momentarily dumbfounded. You... What? You want to play nurse? Confused, replaced with something more intense. Just a couple scratches and a little piece of us and a little grow back on its own. I'm fine. Say, okay, what does that word mean? No. Google! Where's my Google? Actions, gestures, or words intended to place, reduce hostility, or end a disagreement. Okay. You mentioned werewolves. It's probably not just a scratch. Let me try to help. I gave him a chance to save face. Nah, we're treating him not because he's a wimp, but because he's fighting a battle. Direct blow to his ego. Guy immediately starts pumping with pride, his eyes lit up. I hope I didn't catch rabies. I made silent about how he's already pretty rabid. 4 against 1 in a narrow alley. You know, there's a myth about werewolves being damn noble, unlike us bloodsuckers. Well, that's a little crap. One of them was hiding in a trash can ready to jump out at me. My heart would have definitely stopped dead, if it even still beat. Would have just ripped apart from a freaking heart attack. I'm afraid I'll never be able to take the trash again, without fearing for my life. Judging by that distant look, he's plagued by flashbacks of what he's been through. David awkwardly moves his injured arm. Alright, hand over your first aid. I'm pretty sure this won't be the last pack I'll have to take down. There are way too many stray dogs around these days. Damn you, go ahead. Get your brains at Dr. Congle, whatever you're selling. Oh, we took off the shirt. Okay, whatever. Oh, shit. David sheds his jacket, shirt, and t-shirt and settles in a squeaky stool next to town. He's about to face a serious trial, staying in a vulnerable position for a few minutes. For some reason, cruel fate hasn't made him claw-proof. Certainly looks like he's been thrown into a blender. Judging by those bullet scars, he has quite an interesting past. Maybe he was talked by werewolf cowboys with guns. Most likely the formal. By the way, I didn't know that corpses have doctors too. Thought the only doctor available for me now is the coroner. I'm rummaging through the necromancy kit that was sent to the kid. It's heavily military kit for alternatively living organisms. Using silver tweezers. To determine whether you're dealing with a zombie, ask. Alternatively living subject. Have you ever wanted to eat someone's brain? What? No. Definitely not. Is that a joke about me being dumb? I am, by the way, very smart. I have a very tasty brain. Brains. It was a joke! After work day, I can only grunt. Am I a zombie? Do you like brains? Tasty brains? No, I'm not a zombie! Say that. Some of you too rosy and not Ryan. By the way, I'm not Ryan either. Where else did you call him up? Or if you managed to kill someone too. Just kill a gaze. You see someone like him in an alley, your hand on my roots for your wallet and phone. That's one of the established nature of the injuries. Kind of was could later was leave. It's simple, you got lacerations, claws, teeth, a bit of saliva, possibly very contagious. Something like that. Okay, but I know better. You really need to stop these fights. Understand whether I'm joking or showing concern. Either way, both things annoying him. Ah! Oh, well, I still got hearts, so whatever. You need to stop dishing out advice and learn to do your job in silence. They say that's an incredibly useful skill. To use medication, you can grab the regenerating extract for autonomy living life forms. So as to apply stuff, and suddenly he grabs my hand. Do something wrong, and I'll rip your tonsils out through your ass. No, thank you! We shall keep the tonsils in my mouth! Service sector, my perfect shield. Watch out if you will get a second chance. No, not my vampire's doctor's license. Apply this black glue to the wound. Oh! hope it's not from your squid manager. We all hope for that, buddy. Be more careful. My moves come slow and deliberate. I do everything cautiously, barely touch his skin around the room, allowing him to get used to the sting. I can slowly relax slightly. Still wound up, but relief started to wash over him. Naturally, no thank yous or pleases from him, but at least he's no longer threatening to do something to my ass every 5 seconds. Oh my god. You know, David, every noble knight needs someone to tend to his wounds after great battles. What are you talking about? What night? What battles? Found an alley stinking of urine against a bunch of dirty werewolves for territory in the outskirts of this godforsaken city. They tore my pants, and I had to buy a new pair off a junkie who was lying in a puddle nearby. What am I? A knight of what? The knight of torn pants? You are a wolfhound knight. Oh, God. Ha ha! David says this almost affectionately. It seems we're making progress in our relationship. I finish up. Surprisingly, the wounds really are healing. The scars won't beautify this man. Why are you doing all this? The question is asked in an astonishingly serious tone. He's driving me crazy, even more than that clown from earlier, it seems. I just want to help. Why? Dave's confused. Sis believes action always equals benefit. I'm throwing a wrench into this flawless, long-running mechanism. I can't watch someone suffer. Wow, God bless your noble heart. Chef's awkwardly, clearly is uncomfortable and unaccustomed to being the object of compassion, so he immediately hides behind yet another sarcastic comment. But what can I do? Why did I hear a noise? Okay. I feel sorry for every little kid on the street. Sometimes I feel sorry for especially large, nasty, troublesome kittens. Must be tough living with someone like that, huh? Bet you have 40 cats living in your apartment and all of them are strays. Dave reads me like an open book. It's amazing he can even read it all. Most time, help isn't altruistic. People always want something in return. Money, a favor, for you to take them off the hook. Helping people for no reason is like throwing shit against the wind. Alright, moving on. Screw this. I honestly don't care what's going on in your head. This is the most unconvincing lie I've ever heard in my life. He clears his throat. Thank you. What? Am I hearing things? I thought you didn't know those such words. I'm even afraid to breathe, so I don't scare off this rare exotic display of politeness. He says that word as if he's pronouncing it for the first time in his life. I won't be surprised if that's actually the case. Oh my god. Oh, thank god he's got his shirt back on. Just a couple more seconds, he's back in front of the counter. So the guy is fed, clean, and healed. And yeah, he's still here, not putting any money on the counter. And the tip jar is lacking. I look at him. He's supposed to be full of energy, but instead, he looks lost. David is deep in thought, in that dark, gloomy little place that occupies his mind. What's for you? The really simple question stumps him. Found some path before responding. Yeah, you can do something. I'm curious about one thing. I haven't talked to a regular human in a long time. I wonder, by regular human, does he mean my extremely natural essence? I'm no vampire, werewolf, or thieving gnome. Or does he mean my lack of criminal record and absence of drug or alcohol dependency? Or maybe he's looking for the perspective of an ordinary worker, working class person, a gray collar. Does your face always look that funny when you're thinking about something? I don't even get a chance to respond to a chef voice. Just fuck you! Let's conduct an experiment. Suppose you're now a free vampire, able to go wherever you want, do whatever you want. Where would you go? David looks at me expectantly. What kind of superpowers do vampires have? A whole lot. We're practically superhero league. I'm sure it never crossed your mind that in reality, bloodsuckers can be way scarier than sappy movies for girls. Looks like he watched Twilight. Interesting. Some of us not only drink human blood, but also capture people to experiment on them. They turn human bodies into a real nightmare of flesh and bones. Dr. Maru couldn't even imagine. There are vampire sorcerers who can rip your soul out of your body and make you work for them for eternity. Literally. Seems like I already have one of those sorcerers. His name is Bob. He's checking his bills. There are those who make your head explode. Literally, with just a glance. But not all of us are such wicked bastards. We don't even have to kill a person to eat. Just drink a little, instead of gorging yourself like a pig at the trough. But some don't care. They just drain all the blood and splash it everywhere. The forensics team is baffled by the people. Just enjoy talking about how cool vampires are. And which of these do you have? I haven't got a decent list of what I can do. I'm not complaining. Imagine it. You never get tired. You can party all night long. Fuck all night long. You're stronger than 10 thugs. Did you just say fuck all night long? I'm sorry? Except for 10 werewolf thugs. That might take some effort. Want to shrink down a fly somewhere, you can turn into a tiny bat. Your Things have become 100 times sharper. You feel everything. You see everything. You can hear a rat piss a block away. Stay silent, let him continue. Finally, you may do anything you want. Absolutely anything. Stay silent, let him continue. It's one thing to scare someone shitless. They give in to just avoid being harmed. It's another when they act with full confidence that's what they want. They don't realize they're just vampire pawns now. Yeah, I think I get it. He pulled that trick on me too. David smiles, but this time his smile is strained. There are the words of someone stuck in a web of artificial extension. David, you're a creature stuck in a web of artificial... If it's based on my ass, I don't care. If you're a bloodsucker, you live like this, no other way. This may pick, you won't make true friends. Vampires don't live in one big, beautiful house like in Twilight. They're like cowboys in the Wild West, constantly cutting and shooting each other and blowing up houses. Oh my god, is he a Twilight fan? Don't think I'm whiny, it's actually great. It keeps you on your toes. You'll get used to it once you adjust. Come to think of it, being a cowboy isn't so bad. Did you get it? Shut up. Can vampires open beer cans with their minds? Sure they can, but they can't drink beer afterward. I was just recently turned about 2 years ago. Tried to eat spaghetti. Not the smartest decision. And what happened? Threw up farther than CP. Oh shit! The whole spaghetti monster exploded in that alley. Mamma mia, no more pasta? Pizza? That's terrible! Yeah, exactly. I miss pizza. So you always have to sacrifice something. In our case, it's pizza. Sounds silly, of course, but really it sucks. Still, you get used to it over time. Lives in the spaghetti-less hell. What kind of monster would do someone to that? Still order food delivered, by the way. Just this time, eat the delivery guy. Really. What weaknesses is what I have? Danny, no reflections in mirrors. If you're ugly before, it's actually a bonus, right? You enter without invitation. Garlic doesn't scare you either. Holy water is trickier. It depends on the situation. Steak works, but piecing your chest would be quite the challenge. Piercing any part of you is quite a challenge, actually. Our skin is like steel. This persistent werewolf comes along. At least you can enter without invitation. No need for unnecessary chit-chat with people. David looks at me expectantly. Why did you watch Twilight? I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't watch emo crap. I hold up dramatic pause. David looks like a corner upstairs floor and the ceiling, angry by me. Finally, he lets out a sigh. Fine, damn it. Alright, I watched everything. All Twilight movies. Watched The Lost Boys, Interview with the Vampire, Blade. The idiot who bit me didn't explain anything beyond the basics, like, don't go out in the sun, you little punk. I thought maybe those stupid movies had a clue, you know? Hidden all that silly romance and melodramas. Most of it turned out to be bullshit. I read legends, searched for info online, imagine all supernatural beings trying not to give themselves away, and sometimes you still stumble upon bits and pieces. More crazies, one or the other. My favorite, by the way, was From Dusk Till Dawn. Too bad vampires don't explode in real life. You still haven't told me if you sparkle like Edward Cullen in the sun. Takes a deep, ragged breath. No, we don't sparkle. What happens if I step into the sun? I catch fire in the sun. As if someone poured gasoline on me and lit a match. Oh. Terrible. Let me ask you one thing. I think I have one more question, so I gotta make it count. Who were you before the bite? I'll tell you, but it's probably not relevant. Well, it's nothing. I was a nobody. I was just frightened as everything went to hell. Like all those bastards born with a silver spoon up their ass. So you ever see those happy American families in TV commercials? This table of bowl salad, smelling like idiots, and they always have a dog. Well, that wasn't my case. My stepdad was a crazy guy who thought the best birthday gift was a smack on the head. He did teach me how to shoot properly, though. You can shoot guns! I left my family dump early. It's really dumb, but I thought I'd start a band and become a rock star. But as they say, wish in one hand, shit in the other, see which one fills up faster. First, I worked wherever I could, then found some guys to do some shady stuff with. There are many ways to make a living in the Los Angeles area. Can't exactly work the cash register, right? They have a jobs again, but without malice. The antisocial environment made him resentful of the middle and upper class. That hasn't affected me yet. I wonder why. No comment. No, this is what I actually want to say. He lets out a quiet chuckle. Come on, life isn't as fun as it is in TV shows. Maybe just sold diluted crap to junkies and solved problems. Sometimes, no person, no problem, you know. I've heard the part about motorcycles. Motorcycles. Story. Wait, oh, this is my chance to make up something cool. I feel like I can be honest with him. I have a single parent family and an art degree and no dog. This is how I ended up in this dump. I am so drunk in the alley, still. Got it. You're not in your element. I win. Ha! I win! I can still eat the noodles! Tired of those draw me requests, huh? I mean, I would draw you. Ooh, of fucking course. Tries looking up as I show he's interested. I love beautiful doodles. How am I befriending a vampire? I'm not even trying. Nah, we're gonna draw him as he is. Oh, what a face. I almost forgot what it looked like. Bags under my eyes like a junkie. Sides hanging there while David examines the drawing. Killer doesn't know how to react to this unexpected little act of normalcy. Looks cool. Last words are spoken in barely, I can do something too. Takes the pen from me and deconcentrating, almost sticking out his tongue, scribbles something. Drawing pictures before me. Aww! I never would have thought this guy was capable of that. Wow, beautiful! David clears his throat, embarrassed. Nothing special, just a doodle. I was into it a bit when I was a kid. Comics, all that stuff, nothing serious. I will say, the distinction of the two is very clear. Like, they got more of a realistic approach, but this has a more comic book art style to it. I take the drawing for myself. Alright, where were we? I'll think about that first. Try to buy a fuse. That you're dead and it's forever. So after you've been turned, you didn't find everyone who bullied you in school and beat them up? I usually beat them up right at school. Ah, right. You might think I was some kind of bully because I was playing pranks, but I was actually quiet in class. Just messing around with the back of class like an invisible man. Until some jerk started picking on me. Once I smashed a globe over the guy's head because he mocked my sneakers. Peasant is determined to vamp. Who vamped you? Some old stinking jerk. Not as many as the first words. Give me a second. And what did your old stinking jerk do? Don't call him that, damn it. Don't you dare. Yeah, call him whatever you want, including an old stinking jerk. Old stinking jerk! Or come up with something more interesting. Monkey slut! Another stifled chuckle. It's not even a word, but it fits. His tone of feverish joy in his voice, as if he's finally doing something forbidden and very enjoyable. For speaking. The jerk suffered from power seizures. That's all there's to say about him. Know about Bluesky erase what that damn villain did in my memory. So like that seems what told me about Paradad. I'm ready to tell you my decision. Excellent. This is a little closer when suddenly we hear a wolf play. Oh, for fuck's sake. I didn't have time to blink before David vanishes. Now he's a little bat. Oh my god. Look at that face. Listen up. Don't say anything about me. Sit tight and behave or you'll feel incredibly shitty. No, I got you, David. Trust me, if you rat me out to that mutt, I'll find a way to get out and twist your head off. Thread's voice is completely lacking. Most because this voice now comes from a very small, though angry bat. Werewolf. A werewolf is about to come in here now? Oh my god! Creature steps inside. Good evening, ma'am. Oh my god, he speaks! A low, rumbling bass, surprisingly calm and friendly. I'm listening, sir. Apologies for this intrusion. Edward, you can just call me Eddie. We're chasing down a certain pest. You haven't seen a vampire around here by chance, have you? You know, young, a bit scruffy, wearing a leather jacket. See, sir, one of our packs nearly took out a vampire sire and his offspring a few hours ago. It was a tough battle. We suffered losses. Tried to track them and found one of them. Well, more like a pile of ash where he once lay. Seems one bloodsucker off to the other when he was weakened. Their family values are quite lacking. Seems purchase of what has occurred. Didn't tell me anything about it. Boy, that's why he always questions about vampirism. He's trying to give us some way to go next after killing its creator. In a completely idiotic way. See, man, vampires are parasites in the body of society. They drink blood like mosquitoes, but unlike mosquitoes, they kill their victims by draining them dry. They languish and boredom with their immortality and thus destroy human destinies. Play with them. They are devoid of true feeling. I beg to differ. Grateful for any help. Don't give David away. My bastard. Yeah, he's my bastard! Okay, if he shows up, just give a whistle. We won't far from here. Good night, ma'am. It's important work of business. David crawls out of his hiding spot. You could have turned me in. He stares in my eyes, trying to peer into my soul and understand what it's made of. That would have been a sensible decision. I'm glad you're not one of those sensible ones. Ah, thanks! Fuck you too! Now doesn't quite know what to do with that gratitude. Clears his throat awkwardly. It's my question. What would you do if you were a vampire? His face. Picked. May the Lord help him. I take everything life has to offer. Travel, entertainment, new experiences. The world is full of wonders, and when you're immortal, all doors are open to you. He chuckles. Oh, still where I always run deep and all that. Pay the road adventure led you to a stinky gas station. Maybe they're right. The world isn't limited to this lousy town. Here, for future adventures. So he stopped. Really leaves the table in his hand, but just as I reach for it. His hand covers mine, pressing it to the table. You got big hands. Rough and barely visible scars and blisters. Call me if you need a ride from work. I've got a couple of ideas for what we could do before dawn. See you. I'm Saw! Finally, scratching his stinks into absolute silence. That was an interesting encounter. Turned him in, but I didn't want to. Look, the jar is almost full. Nope. We're hanging the drawing on the wall. Says with absolute threat. Surprisingly, his hands are quite skilled. Now I also have a date invite from a guy who wanted to make me his dinner half an hour ago. I don't even know what's worse. This we have to go home in a bone carriage. Tell me if I accept, I might not return home at all. I survived another visitor. Seems like I'm starting to get used to this job. Let's go! Right off sticky residue hoping it just spilled soda from the corner counter, I suddenly heard the crunch of gravel outside. Hooves? Hooves? Oh my god. This is definitely not a vampire. Hi. Stranger leans against the counter trying to look casual, but the way his tail twitches betrays his nervous tension. Hi. Hi. Clears his throat. Hello, babe. My name is Victor. Aren't your parents pirates by any chance? No, sir. My parents are not pirates. Guys, I've practiced this so many times and I'm still stumbling. It starts first. It's friends with the pirates because you're a real gem, miss. Oh my god, dude, you're failing miserably. Oh, it's not a complaint to you. It's just forget you're a gem. Let's leave it at that. Give him a light response, but awkward, but forced, but undoubtedly encouraging. Why? Okay, this is not what I was expecting when he walked up. I didn't start next to his ritual. Didn't go security, though there's probably none anyway. Worst of all, the security retention is my responsibility. Nervously. May I ask a question? Face is burning. Victor takes a deep breath, frantic breath. Is it really that bad? I mean, is my flirting technique really that terrible? If you're gonna do the cheesy pickup lines, you gotta full send it. You gotta be confident. That's what you're lacking, my guy. Well, could have been better. So you're saying there's a chance? Thank you. I'm still learning. So I'm not that bad? Wasn't completely disgusting? His host tapped a rhythm on the floor. Alright. Could have been better. I can deal with that. This is my constructive criticism. Promise presentation? The pirates? Pirates are cool, right? Everyone loves pirates. Wait, no, don't answer that. I'm talking too much again. Oh my gosh! Is this a nerd in a demon's body? Cough shyly mumbles something to himself. Then he shifts his gaze back to me. Actually, miss, I'm here to acquire. Sounds good to visitors. We have a visitor. Oh my god! Stands in the counter, clicking your mandibles impatiently. 2 packs of brass speed, a pack of screaming cheese, and a bag of fairy fingers, darling. By the way, the gas attendant is a real sweetheart. It's frightening to imagine what my invisible colleague looks like. He hasn't even bothered to say hello. Hurry up, I need to rush. I have a lot of work waiting for me today. I'm starting to pack the order. At the same time, this incubus awkwardly tries to heal the lady, and I thought we had something special. Apparently, the fates decides to try his luck on a new victim. Seems so busy and cool, man. He must be a very pleasant sound. Wonderful, he's wonderful. One for those who don't like to eat, sleep, or see their children go. Really the best job in all the world. Speaking of children, Victor barely recovers from her sarcasm. He immediately pulls out a wallet and folds it over and over again. It seemed endless. This is Goo Goo. He has his father's mandibles. Victor gazed into the abyss, and the abyss gazed back, revealing baby pictures. The seduction attempt has failed again. Oh my god. Like any mother, Lady Mantis loved her children and considered it her sacred duty to tell every passing incubus about him. Goo Goo, he's a rebel face right now. He's pierced his mandibles. Can you imagine? He makes such a racket when he shove a larva in the biker jacket. Makes me snort. It reminds me of David. This is Gigi and Gaga. They're still larvae, but Ari's so talented. What talents can larvae have? They just lay there and eat. I do too, though. Wait, don't think about that. You have very beautiful children, ma'am. Well, 20 of them. Incredibly cute. That's just the first one. Oh my gosh, he has more wallets. Help him in handling your order. Oh, I got a bit carried away. I really am in a hurry. Here's your money, darling. Victor watches her disappear into the night, then turns to me with a grateful look. Thank you, miss. I couldn't handle 20 more kids. To be honest, I already broke down at the gate. I thought looking after a cat was hard. Lady left very little in tip. Probably all her money went to her children. Victor suddenly remembers came here to buy something. However, my visitors rarely recall that. I need a book. Victor scans my stinking supernatural realm of discount rotten chocolate bars. It's a guide for, well, you know, succubi and incubi. I can't remember what it's called, but I've definitely heard something about it. Could you take a look? It's definitely not for me. It's for my less experienced friend because I'm, employee of the month in my lair. He didn't specify whether he was the worst or the best employee of the month. Well, life force harvesting for dummies or something like that. I hear him mumbling quietly to himself. It's a shame I should have stayed home and rewatched Evolution for the 10th time. Heading to the storage room. Forrest rushing around here looking for blood for very hungry monster. Now all those files I text will seem less ominous. Find the desired volume. Definitely better than those PDF guides from various sites. Never mind who. Clearly not for the whole family. Let's study it. Oh! I guess we're just chilling. Whatever. I open book and the pages, yellowed and brittle with age, release a cloud of dust and indecent horrifying desires. Incubi, the nature of the tempting rogue, hooves of desire. Tempting rogues. Oh, that's me. Yes, definitely me. So just like mine, you have no idea how off they clomp, especially on tiles. When you sneak to the fridge at night, the whole house wakes up with you. Everyone thinks there's a big clumsy clown left in your... Yeah, I think you really are an incubus. They're all purple. Skin color is just some kind of coincidence. Character in video game and just spin the color wheel as you stumble upon something weird. Sure what the coolness of is purple hue. I love color purple. Too bad I'm not purple. Okay. Pause. 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 Why is the most wholesome character... Yeah, well, I think it's pretty cool too. It's called Demonic Phenotype. It turns attention back to the book and runs his clawed finger down the lines. Incubi, appreciators of the vibrant hues of the soul. They draw power not from blood or life force, but from the pure, potent energy of mortal emotions. And although a refined book of emotions prefer Perosia, what a fancy word. The practitioner can also sustain themselves with more coarse, fickle energies of negativity. Despair, horror, and humiliation provide a quick, albeit unpleasant rush of power. It's a wonder that now, after an argument with someone in the comments, I feel like I've eaten a few raisins. Judging by the expression on his face, he clearly doesn't cut out for horrors and humiliations. His limit is probably arguing on 4chan. Also a kind of source of horrors and humiliations, so still, it's a bit different. An incubus can, albeit less effectively, form a symbiotic connection by feeding off a single consenting mortal vessel. The mortal vessel, in turn, can absorb some of the power from the incubus. Among other things, their immortality. Wow, sounds like a decent deal. I certainly always have plenty of emotions, mostly hatred for the fact that to earn money you have to work. Whole amount of reasons, Victor, or whatever you called it. Relief. Just one person? Thought of having to chase after a whole bunch of strangers makes me feel sick. Strangers are the scariest thing right after rent. Yeah, I totally understand. It's probably even harder to deal with clients like me. Communication is always already a horror show in itself, and then you add a literal horror with vampires and goats. Just a nightmare. He really looks at me with sympathy. He feels sorry for me. I didn't even know how to react to that. Trying to understand what people want from you is quite the challenge. Trying to play a game with its rules changing every 5 seconds. Stop being relatable! Someone has turned off your screen and you're paralyzed. Basically, yeah, I completely get you. Technique of rogue seduction, juicing emotional juices, using last fish energies for thematic purposes. I don't even want to know. I just want to not starve with that energy and maybe pay my rent. I don't need to be the lusty cousin of Doctor Strange. Finger finally jabs in a random chapter titled somewhere in the middle. Love letters. Seems completely and irrevocably outdated, especially that part about carrier pigeon colors. Love letters? Who writes love letters anymore? This should apply to a text message now, right? It's a good start. So this before moving on to more complex. Somewhere in a cheap ballpoint with a little anime cat charm. Oh my god. I had him a grease-stained napkin, like everything in this rotten place. The book says conveys aching adoration and a hint of forbidden desire. Maybe something like this? Oh my god, no! No! Victor, try again. What about this? No, that's adorable. Yes, that's definitely better. Oh, thank you, Lord. I guess I shouldn't say that anymore. So, kiss has adorable vulnerability. Got it. Less pathetic, expression more. Cats. Guys in desire of the vessel. What does Vessel Mac want? Oh, he's asking me what I want. I either want stable mental health or a human sofa and kettles on it. I want cuddles. Oh, great, and pizza, right? In his eyes is genuine sympathy and understanding of every delicate string of my unfortunate, lonely soul. It's honestly quite a simple desire. I think if the second person on the couch aren't too strict, I could. Oh! So I comment too loudly what's happening on screen. I hope that's not too much. Did I just accidentally get set up for a couch date? What the fuck? Say of his villainous seduction manual. The art of verbal seduction and slippery flattery. To his surprise, Victor finds no mention of the fact that pirate compliments work on living people. We examine the first paragraph where words are labeled as keys to the treasure of chest of heart, and flattery describes as powerful for the ego. It's all very dramatic, but the main idea is quite simple. Say nice things. Don't say unpleasant things. It's definitely outdated. If I tell someone that his eyes are double gateways to the champ's LCs, I'll definitely get sprayed with pepper. This good lord. When I kiss you, I tremble like a paralyzed beggar. How's that even supposed to work? It's too much even for me. Victor clears his throat. His gaze slides over me, trying to latch into something particularly attractive about my... Oh my god. You have very elegant ear shape? Oh my god. Thank you, Victor. Jesus Christ. Ears in my head are an 11 out of 10. This is every day in my life. Actually, you seem so calm and collected. You remain polite, no matter what. Patient. That's an incredibly rare phenomenon, especially in a place like this. You have to be incredibly strong to stay so cool under such pressure. This person was struck down by ordinary basic politeness. That says a lot about our society. Smile, that wasn't bad. Smiles gently in response. My god! Boy! Despite everything, he starts to relax. He's probably beginning to feel more comfortable around me. I would have never thought a monster would have to struggle with discomfort from interacting with a mortal soul and not the other way around. Another chapter. How to be a mirror. I didn't know we could change. Oh, it's metaphorical. I have principle of mirroring, so bar manners and speech patterns, path of least resistance, gain moral attachment. What about the stuff about just be yourself and everything work out? Mom lied to me, didn't she? Like football and the weather. Dark Souls! In practice, let's gaze to me. Play along with me, please, like we just met. Beautiful, I have appeared to you in half dreams so many times. Find you in reality, I won't let you go so easily again. Even though the words aren't those kinds, there's something supernatural about them. I still begin to feel a pull. Shiver runs down my spine. I don't know what to do. What is this? What in the... You really want to talk about... I mean, okay. Chickle stuff. It's very exhausting. You can never truly be close to someone if you're always pretending. I don't really need to do that, do I? I just need juicy, sweet emotions. Oh my kid, I'm the most pathetic incubus in the world. I need more than just that. Seems he could use an emotional stack. Started to rise from the floor. Wait, how do you not know? I'll tell you, but promise you won't laugh. I promise. Relief washes over his face. Yes, wonderful. I accidentally sold my soul in the dark net. He holds a dramatic pause. Go on. Fuck, what an idiot I was. Dropped out of college back then because of constant stress. Moved into a tiny dump and barely up to my apartment. I was scraping by with some freelance work. I talked, well, sometimes I chatted with various anonymous folks from 4chan. People without names, gender, or age. Then I stumbled upon a stupid ad. What did I have to lose? Definitely not a demon. 7566. Offered me a chance to escape loneliness. Later, after I turned to this creature, he told me he did for laughs. He left no instructions, just wrote "get good" in the chat and deleted all contacts. I was curious to see if I could handle it. His chance to escape loneliness turns out to be putting me in an incredibly deadly situation. He lifts his eyes to me. This memory is fresh room for him. Before I can respond, he jumps up from the floor. But I've already wasted enough of your time. Collapses his way to the counter. Well, to be honest, I didn't really understand much. Those chapters are so strange. Great. Haven't was fun in a while. I think I even ate properly. Finally. Positive energy, I mean. Thanks for the lunch. I'm not sure if I need to pay for that too, but I'll leave some money just in case. His tail twitches awkwardly. I haven't really interacted with people since college. Killed my will to live. Felt strange not to feel like such an idiot around someone. Thank you very much. Maybe someday we could, well, hang out together. Not as a lesson, just play some silly games like friends. Okay, buddy, I'll think about it. Rest your ship, Mac. It's nice to meet you. So, crazy god, a vampire thug, and a shiny fist walk into a gas station. Sounds like the start of a really bad joke. My life is now a joke. Just great. I just wanted to pay my bills. I didn't sign up for interdimensional corals and therapy sessions for the undead. I can't. Hiccups. On the other hand, I wasn't eaten, and I was turned into a piece of furniture. It wasn't turned into a piece of furniture. By the standards of this night, that's a resounding success. I cautiously glanced at the door to Bob's office. There was a low, guttural humming. It was the end of my shift. With a sigh of relief, I began closing up the place. Finally, I walked to the front door, inserted the key in the lock, and was about to turn when suddenly... Organism! I jumped in place, nearly dropping everything. Organism! Your performance has exceeded all my algorithm predictions by 47.3%! You're not just an organism, you are an efficient, flawless machine for generic... Motion your kind of describe as a managerial pride. Keep up the good work, the possibility of receiving a 25-cent bonus will become... What a relief. He vanished and suddenly disappeared, leaving nothing but ringing silence behind. I suddenly can't click. First shift completed. I survived. Which means... Return home. No event. What? That was it? So... We'll just go in order. The voice answered. Wait, what? Oh shit! Swapped my clothes? What the fuck is wrong with you? Endurance and promise of the most unpredictable eternity. Never be sad again. My queen. Okay. Call David. Yeah, maybe it's the best one yet. He'll be there in 10 minutes. Sure enough. Come on, move your ass. Sunrise is soon. Hey! I move my ass to climb into the seat behind him. Enjoy today's sunrise while you can. A phrase, I know exactly what it means. Alright, place probably grim. Okay, boss, whatever you say. Whatever awaits you, eternal. Face together. Okay! Now what about Victor? Oh my god. Hey, my god! Aww. Aww. Oh my god. Nope, 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 nope. No. That happened. I hope y'all enjoyed. I'm gonna find another game. Because that was fun. I'm gonna find more chaos like this. But anyways. I hope y'all have a good one. Yeah. Bye.